What is going on, y'all? Robert Sykes.
Crystal Sykes.
And welcome to another Keto Savage Kitchen recipe. We're gonna bring a little taste of Italy here today. And we're making a keto pizza. This is gonna be the fathead pizza specifically. Everybody loves pizza. You know, that's one of the carb, foes out there. Everybody just goes and binges on pizza. It's like an Achilles heel. Well, good to know that we can get all the benefits and all the flavor of pizza in a ketogenic friendly form with the fathead crust. So let's dive in and make this. Is honestly one of our favorite recipes. We make this like as a date night recipe. It's super nutritionally dense and super flavorful. What do we got, babe?
So we have 1 egg. This is 3 ounces of almond flour. There's 1 ounce of cream cheese, 6 ounces of shredded, we do mozzarella for the crust, and then these are all of our toppings. The toppings will not be included in the macros. You can really choose whatever you want, but we have a little bit of cheese, a little bit of pepperoni, some Rouse pizza sauce, a little bit of basil, mushrooms, and ground beef, and we're just gonna throw that on top when it's all done.
And a quick little note on the pizza sauce, you can also use a pesto. Pesto is really good, especially if you're trying to increase the fat content. We use the Rouse brand because it's got really clean ingredients. Most commercially available pizza sauces use some type of polyunsaturated vegetable oil, like a soybean oil base, canola oil. You want to avoid that and make sure you're getting one with an avocado oil or an olive oil base.
Yes. So first thing we want to do is take all of the 6 ounces of cheese and pour it into a microwave safe bowl. And this is also going to be the bowl that you're going to mix everything else into, so make sure it is large enough to hold it all.
You know, no.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Professional cheese scraper over here.
Apparently.
Put this into.
All right, yes, and then go ahead and add the cream cheese, and we're going to put it in the microwave just to melt it all down for, we're going to break it up into different pieces. So I'm going to do the first bit for 1 minute, and then we're going to take it out, stir it, and put it back in.
All right, so now we're just going to mix this cheese up nice and good. Smells really good. Everybody likes cheese. Now what?
Everybody likes cheese.
Almond flour?
Yeah, so the next thing you want to do is add the almond flour. Make sure not to add the egg because the egg will cook in the hot, cheese, so.
Let it cool down a little bit before you add that.
So, a little side note for you is that Robert and I love the fathead dough. However, I do not make it as complicated even as this half of the time. Most of the time, I don't put the egg. The egg will make it a little bit fluffier. If you like a little bit more crisp crust, then skip the egg. And then also, we don't add as much almond flour. The almond flour really helps it, but if you're trying to keep your carbs super low, you can actually adjust the almond flour to your desired carb amount. So you don't quite need as much as we have here, but this is kind of like the typical way of making it. So we decided to show you guys our original way, and then we can tell you all the little side notes.
And what kind of cheese did we use?
We use mozzarella.
Yeah, mozzarella cheese is a really good crust. Go ahead and crack the egg in. Because it's pretty bland as far as most cheeses go.
Yeah.
So it allows the flavor of the toppings and everything else to take prominence. So we like using the mozzarella for that.
It melts really easily. We also do choose to use the block cheese rather than the pre-grated one or shredded. Those ones tend to have a little bit of additives in it, so we do shred that ourselves.
Can you go ahead and put some seasoning in there?
Yeah, please.
All right, so just for the sake of combining everything, we're gonna go ahead and add our seasoning to the crust. Put a little Redmond real salt in there. And since we are going with the pizza, figured we just use that Italian theme and add some Italian seasoning. Boom.
Oh, add a little bit more. Go crazy with it.
Go crazy with it?
There you go. That's good. You can't get your hands in there because you want it to be really kneaded well, so that when you lay it all out, you don't have clumps of almond flour in there. All right, so I'm bringing over our pizza, what do you call this? Stoneware, I guess?
Stone. Fancy.
Pizza stone. We just purchased it, so it's brand new. On the stone, you don't actually have to put parchment paper down.
No.
I think we probably will spray it with a little bit of oil though.
We're gonna go with the olive oil. Check this out. Make it super Italian. Put your own little paintbrush things. Hands are clean. Why are you laughing at me? This makes sense. This makes sense. Why is that so funny?
I did mention that it was the spray. We were gonna spray it on there, but it's fine. We can do this one.
Wait.
Just some finger painting. It's good.
All right. Good to go.
All right. Now that we have it nice and oiled up, we're going to add this on to here. And we are going to press it down with the parchment paper so that it doesn't get all sticky onto your hands, because it definitely will. You can really mold it into whatever you want. Valentine's Day, you can make it into a little heart, whatever you want. But spread it out to however thick or thin you want it. It is cheese, so it will be a little bit more chewy the thicker it is, and we like ours
Pretty
thin,
like
and
a thin crust.
thin and crispy for sure. What do you think? That look good?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, look at that beauty.
It's pretty good looking crust.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and stick this in the oven at 400 degrees. We're gonna put it in there for 12 minutes and then we're gonna flip it.
All right, so once you flip it and cook a little bit on both sides, then you can start adding all your toppings. And most of y'all probably know how to add toppings to a pizza, so let's do just that. It'll be like a little spatula.
A little spoon in there.
Spoon.
I'm just gonna pour it. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. So we got our pizza sauce here. We don't do a whole lot of pizza sauce because...
Yeah, usually a little bit more carby.
We're gonna put on there next.
Some ground beef. Let me put that on the, maybe not with my hands.
You can use your hands. Put your toppings on there. A little pepperoni. And I'm a huge fan of anchovies, personally.
Yeah, on pizza.
Yeah, honestly, from like when I'm doing competition preps, I use this fathead pizza during my peak week to fill out. So rather than doing like a carb load, I'll do a fathead pizza as a keto refeed, and I'll put anchovies on there to help get my sodium content up to really kind of thin out your skin and bring out your vascularity. But we're not in a competition prep right now. We're just in a tasty, hungry mode right now.
Eat all you can.
Yeah.
And there is cheese in the crust, but usually we put a little bit of cheese on top to kind of just melt everything together and make it stick a little bit better.
You can never have too much cheese. And a little basil on top for a little splash of greenery.
I just finished putting the mushrooms on. Looks so good.
And then we're gonna put this back in the oven for just a few more minutes to kind of melt the cheese, get the toppings all melded together.
And you can put it on broil in the oven if you want to just melt everything on top. If you like it a little bit more crispy, then just put it back in the oven at 400 degrees. Wow. Looks delicious.
All right, ladies and gents, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The pizza is finished and ready to eat. Let it cool for just a little bit, but again, this is super versatile because you can add whatever toppings you want. Sometimes we'll do like a carnivore pizza, sometimes we'll do like a barbecue pizza, sometimes you can do chicken pizza. You can do whatever you want, but either way, it's amazing. We'll let this cool for just a couple more minutes, then we're gonna slice into it and dive in. Let's dive in and give it a shot here. Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
I can get down with that. Honestly,
So good.
I don't think I would ever miss a normal carbohydrate pizza.
Yeah. I feel like this is definitely not as crispy as the one we do because it does have the egg in it, but it is delicious. But there's no reason why you would feel like you have to go eat a regular pizza unless you're just too lazy to make a really quick cheese pizza crust.
And if you don't have a dairy intolerance in your body and you get a properly, good quality sourced cheese, you shouldn't have any issues with this at all. So for the complete macro breakdown, check out the website at ketosavage.com, and we'll keep upcoming recipes there as well. I'm gonna dig into this pizza crust. Without further ado, see y'all next time.